Pattaya City Expats Club is a non-profit social organisation and our speakers are volunteers. The club as such assumes no responsibility or liability for the professional reputation of or the quality of services provided by the speaker today.
Okay, now it is my honor to introduce today's guest speaker, Mark Hodgkins, who will present a program titled Words and Music 13. Mark is without a doubt Mr. Cool of the Pattaya music scene in Pattaya. He plays the sax, flute, and he also sings. We'll see. In his debut show for PCEC, he will share some of the musical journey through Thailand, including playing of the musical composition by the late King Rama IX. Mark has lived in Thailand for many, many years. So please give Mark a warm PCEC welcome.
Okay, good morning everybody, and thanks for that wonderful introduction. I hope we don't disappoint you. Okay, my name is Mark Hodgkins. I was born 52 years ago in Scarborough. Anybody from England? Yeah, Scarborough, North Yorkshire. And I started playing music at the age of 11. And I worked my way through the ranks of school wind band and high school band, Scarborough Town Hall brass band, and I started on trumpet. And a few years later, when Kenny G got popular, I switched to this instrument. And that, if anybody knows what this is, it's a flute. And I'm very lucky, I think, in many respects, to have made a living doing what I do. And you know, I came here in 1989 when my uncle was head of a Yorkshire-based company here. And as soon as I graduated, he said, "Come over and keep your auntie company, and you'll find a job teaching English." And I did. Absolutely hated that, and got a job in a little place called Brown Sugar, which is a jazz club in Bangkok, which has been going for many, many years. Probably this was 30 years ago, so Brown Sugar's been going about 35 years. And met my wife. I have a Thai family, 3 kids. And like I say, I'm very privileged to have been here a long time. Speak Thai, if anybody can understand. So we have a few Thai people here. Anyway, we're going to get started with music. Like I say, the first pointer was why Thailand, and like I say, that's the reason why I came here. I have family here back in the 1980s, and I came here in 1988 when Pattaya was a very, very, very different kind of place. Don't want to be nostalgic, as they say, Ren. Nostalgia isn't what it used to be. It's a very, very different thing. Pattaya then. In fact, Bangkok's the same story. Bangkok is incredibly different to when I first came here. Anyway, on with the music. I've got, for the first selection, it's a jazz standard, and it speaks for itself. It's the first song I ever learned the lyrics to, and it's called "God Bless the Child." Then let's cut your hair, then let's start your blues. So the Bible says, and it's still the same. Papa made it, Sister made it. God bless the child who's got his own. who's got his own. The strong ones get stronger while the weak ones fade. Empty pockets, they don't ever make it great. Papa made and Sister made. God bless the child who's got his own. Who's got his own. When you got money, you got lots of friends. Hanging round your door. Well, the money's gone and the spending. They don't come around much no more. Rich relations may cross the bread and such. You can help yourself, but don't take too much. Papa made and Sister made. God bless the child who's got his own. Who's got his own. Yeah. You got lots of friends hanging round your door. Well, the money's gone and the spending. They don't come around much no more. Rich relations make cross the bread and such. You can help yourself, but don't take too much. Papa made, Sister made. God bless the child who's got his own. Who's got his own. Everybody's got his own. That's the next one. I'm just going to fade that out for a second. Okay, it says jazz to pop. I mean, my first love, probably as you can hear, was jazz music. I grew up listening to Chet Baker and Nat King Cole and people like that. But as you can appreciate, to make a living playing that kind of music is quite difficult. In any way, I don't really consider myself any particular style of playing. You know, I love jazz, I love bossa nova, I love pop. I'm a huge fan of Sting, and try and find my own musical direction. And plus, you know, when you're playing in the kind of places that I do, you have to be flexible. You know, last night I played in a go-go bar. I'm not ashamed. And it's great fun, you know. Gavin, some of the people, if you saw Gavin a couple of weeks ago, a friend of mine got up to sing, and it's all good, you know. It's part of my musical experience here. A few years ago I ran a big band, and I started it with a gentleman called Stanley Power, who is the owner of Sandbar, and we've known each other many, many years. And I did that for 10 years in Bangkok. I've also played a lot of Thai music. If you Google my name, all of the stuff that you'll see on YouTube is actually Thai music. A few years ago, when we were, it was fashionable to jump on the bandwagon and play Kenny G versions of Thai music. I got involved with a very, very long Thai music project. I did actually 12 albums of Thai tunes, and I have a big respect for Thai music as well. So, okay. Like I say, I did start off on trumpet, and when I realized how difficult it is to be a commercial trumpet player, I bought myself one of these things. And I presume, does everybody know what this is called? Yeah, saxophone, yeah. Believe it or not, a lot of people don't. And when I came here, first of all, and started working in Brown Sugar in 1989, the owner just came up one day and said, "What's that?" A trumpet. He says, "I don't like that." He said, "What's that one?" "Play that one." He said, "That's good." Now, Kenny G plays, at the time Kenny G was hugely popular, and he just said to me, "You know, play the saxophone." And I wasn't really a sax player, I played trumpet, and I just basically learned on stage in front of other people, and you're responsible for that. So, you know, if I make any mistakes, sorry. So, for the next tune, you probably heard already because it started in the wrong place. It's an absolute classic. It doesn't belong in any category. It's not jazz, it's not pop, and it's by an artist called Louis Armstrong, and everybody knows this tune, so I won't say anything else. I will start it again. I see trees of gray, red roses too. I see them bloom, me and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, but also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying how do you do. They're really saying I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll know much more than will ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world, what a wonderful world. Colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying how do you do. They're really saying I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll know much more than we'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh yeah. I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Thank you. Great. Louis Armstrong. People say to me all the time, well, what's your favourite song? And that is a totally impossible question to answer. It depends upon my mood, what I'm doing, what instrument I'm playing, so many things. But actually, the very first song I actually remember waking up to was a tune called Waterloo by ABBA. And they won back in 1971, turned on the radio, and that was on. And the very second tune was by Louis Armstrong, not actually the same tune, but Hello Dolly, the same artist. Louis Armstrong, absolutely amazing artist. Okay, it says, well, why Pattaya? Okay, I told you why I came to Thailand. My uncle was head of a big company back in the 80s. Pattaya I have a long association with. The very second day I was here back in 88, we came to Pattaya, and my uncle had a timeshare, I think they used to be called, in something that used to be a jungle, which is Nagrua, and he was way out there. And I do remember on the first night, there was absolutely nothing between Nagrua and the walking street. It was absolutely, it was so different. There was no hotels. This place wasn't here. And, you know, it's progress. That's what happens. So I came here, and wife and I invested in a place 12 years ago on Ratanak. This is the property we live in right now. And then a few years ago, I got a problem with my hand. Something, I don't know if you've ever heard of it, called carpal tunnel syndrome. And I had to stop playing for a while. This hand wouldn't work, it was very painful. As you can appreciate, I'm playing sometimes 6, 7, 8 hours a day. And that was the end of my profession. So I had an operation, and I got invited to, when I was recovering, got invited to the opening of the brand new Marriott Hotel in Rayon. This was 4 years ago. And I says to the wife, hey, I don't need to be in Bangkok. I don't sit in the traffic 4 hours every day. You know, what's the point? It's a part-time job just getting around in Bangkok. And I did that for 20 years. Actually, 26 years I worked in Bangkok. Last 20 years we lived in Rangsit. And that's quite a commute. You know, it's 100 kilometers. So pretty much 4 hours a day every day, 7 days a week. And I said to the wife, you know, I can make a living. I don't have to be in Bangkok to do this. I can be in Rayong, I can be in Pattaya. And when my 3 years ago, I said to the wife, okay, we'll go to Pattaya and we'll see how it goes. And my first job was in a goa bar, as unlikely as it sounds. Same kind of microphone here, stick it down the instrument, walk around, and that's it. You know, people are amazed at saxophone. You know, it's strange as it sounds. It's a job. And then I was working at a place called Wandi House, which is closed now on Nagoya. And then I got a few gigs, as Ren knows, at Sandbar. And my last job just finished last weekend at a beautiful place called La Costa in the OK Empress on Site 12. So it's onwards and upwards, it's Pattaya from now on. And basically I don't miss Bangkok whatsoever. I go back to see the kids on the weekends, once a week, but this is it, you know. And it was a conscious decision to come here because I knew there was nobody else played saxophone in this town. So hopefully I could be a bit of a big fish in a small pond. Okay, the next one is a jazz pop crossover. It's also classic, and it's written by a chap called Bill Withers, who had several hits. He's probably still alive, by the way. He had a beautiful classic called Just the Two of Us, with one of my favorite saxophone players ever, Grover Washington. And another tune called Lovely Day, and this one that I'm sure you're all going to recognize is called Ain't No Sunshine When She's Gone. Have a drink of water. Okay, here we go. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's so warm when she's away. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, and she's always gone too long. Every time she goes away, wonder this time when she's gone. Wonder if she's got to stay. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Yeah, this house just ain't home every time she goes away. quick story about the saxophone. This is something only would ever happen in Pattaya. It was given to me by a drunk guy who he wanted to leave a tip, and he had no money, and it was about 3 o'clock in the morning. He said, "Come to my bar tomorrow." And we're both pretty drunk, and I said, "Okay, whatever." And he has the place called the Sportman on Soi 13, a German guy, and he said, "I've got one of these, I'm going to give it to you." And so I get there at 7 o'clock, and he's a German guy, so I get exactly on time. And there's a box, the case, and I said, "Man, I can't take your instrument, you know." He said he bought it for his daughter, and she wouldn't play, and she just got bored with it. So it's a free instrument, and never paid a penny for it. That's something that only ever happens in Pattaya. Only. Okay, we get to the Thai music section. Like I say, if you do Google my name, I've got absolutely tons of stuff which I don't know how to upload, download, or whatever. But people do this for me, and a lot of the Thai music that I've done is on YouTube, and it's for the Thai people, Cruiserman and Sudrapon. And it's Thai music which we did back in the day, maybe 15, 20 years ago, when Kenny G was very popular. So what we basically did was we rearranged Thai tunes to sound very pop jazzy, and it's been stuff that I've heard in lobbies all over the country. And I was actually, when my parents came a few years ago, they were playing on Thai Airways, so I was very impressed. You know, because we did 12 albums. A lot of it I can't even remember, because it was just like a conveyor belt of get the studio, read it, practice it, bang. And I can't remember the stuff, but Ren asked me to play one of the King songs. Now, you might be surprised that I do actually know most of the songs that the late King composed. And the story being that back in the day when we were playing in Brown Sugar, we'd get booked for Thai weddings very often. And for Thai people, it's quite a novelty that some fine guy actually knows these tunes and can play them, and they're kind of impressed. So the tune that I've chosen, I can't even remember the name in Thai. So if anybody knows, please tell me afterwards. And it's, in English, it's called Love at Sundown. Love at Sundown. Incidentally, before, if you do want to listen to any versions of the previous Thai Kings' music, the one I recommend the most is an album called The Jazz King, and it's by Larry Carlton, a wonderful jazz guitar player, and very contemporary versions of King's music. Okay, here we go. Love at Sundown. if you ever get the chance, the most beautiful album and the most incredible arrangements I ever heard of the King's music on the Larry Calton album, and it's called The Jazz King. The Jazz King. Okay, we come to, it's my last, what time is it? What time did we get? Well, no, we started at, yeah, okay. It's the last musical selection, and it's one of my favourite artists ever. In the same way that Gavin loved Stevie Wonder, as I do also. I have to realise, you know, the limitations of my voice. Don't. I love it, and I love Sting. He's one of my favourite artists of all time. And this is one of the few tunes that I can actually pay some respect to, because it's in the low register, which is good at first thing on a Sunday morning. Okay, Fields of Gold by Sting. I'll drink it first. Incidentally, I always consider myself a sax player can sing. If you don't like my vocals, well, I'm sorry. But I never pretend to be a great vocalist, but back in the day, when we were playing Brown Sugar, the owner insisted on getting all his mistresses and the annoyance to be vocalists with us, and it was so annoying to me. I'm like, I do this for a living, I'm classically trained, I work very hard, you know, give me the mic, and that's why I ended up singing, so apologies. Okay, Fields of Gold. This time. You remember me when the west wind among the fields of boy. We'll forget the sun in its jealous sky when the light fields of gold. So she took her love for the gaze away among the fields of barley. In his arms she fell as the sun came down among the fields of gold. Will you be my love among the fields of barley? We'll forget the sun in this jealous sky when the light fields of gold. See the west wind move like a lover's soul among the fields of barley. Feel the body rise as you kiss him now among the fields of gold. And now light fails to go, when the light fails to go, when the light fails to go. Okay, that's the end of the prepared stuff, and we're exactly on 45 minutes. Any questions or any requests? Or I can keep doing this all day. I've got several thousand tunes in there. Anybody that might ask anything? What my philosophy of living in Thailand for so long? Yeah, go ahead.
Thanks very much.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Just want to know, I just looked. Yeah, hi, my name's John.
Okay, I know.
Walking wounded, but anyway, thank you very much. Wonderful. The big question is, I just looked you up on Facebook. I'm trying to find a place where I can find where you might be playing next. So
Right. Well, I was working for a year and a half in La Costa on the LK Empress, but that gig got cancelled. So I'm doing Sandbar on the 18th, and then Jasmine in Bantaray on the 27th, and looking for gigs. So if anybody knows what's going on, let me know.
do you have any place where you would post your schedule?
No,
Okay.
not yet. I'm totally useless on Facebook, so
Okay, I understand.
Thanks. Old school. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to finish because I want to do a little bit of a walk around. Yeah, go ahead.
Firstly, Mark, you know, what time did you finish up last night?
Whoa, 2:30. Slept at 4.
These musos come, I don't know why they come at 9:30 in the morning. It's like, you know, they tend to say to me,
Free food.
You mean there's 9:30 in the morning now? Right? So I just want to acknowledge you. You really lived up to the Mr. Cool thing that that was my description of him, right? Because he is such a cool guy. And I want to get Mark back just to focus on this question of Thai music and to play some Thai music. And
Yeah, that'd be interesting, yeah.
And I don't know if anybody else can make a contribution to that here, who might be musos, like Ben and Marcus or something. Do you know any Thai music songs?
Okay, you want to cheat us?
All right, well, just thanks, mate. It was fantastic.
Okay, thank you.
And it was perfect music for a laid-back Sunday morning, too.
Cool, thank you. Okay, I'm going to play a little tune for you while you leave or get ready to leave. It's called Georgia on My Mind.
Ray Charles made that song.
I'm going to do a walk around thing.
American blacks, blacks, great.
thank you very much, Mark. We appreciate your very nice program. It's a great way to get the week started. Nice, relaxing way to get things done. I would like to present you with a certificate of appreciation for today's program. And we do hope that you do come back and see us again sometime.
Yes, please.
Thank you.